Hey, we're back with Old Tucson Entertainment Director, John Buziski, and the Southern Arizona Attraction Alliance Executive Director, Tom Moulton.
So we've talked a little bit about some of the different events that we expect. We've talked about the summer having special events, and we've talked about Nightfall coming up and how it's a great event because it's family friendly and it also will provide everything that everyone wants. What happens around Christmas time?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that because especially with this company knows and does Christmas well, our parent company. We wanted to create a family event for Tucson, a Christmas family event, something where families could come and enjoy and have a memorable experience that really revolved around them being together, a shared experience. So we created a experience called Yuletide. It's highly successful this past year, and we're looking to make it even bigger and better this coming year, in which families could come into the park in the evening from Thanksgiving through Christmas and have an experience in an Old West holiday, Christmas holiday.
Wow.
Our concept was that the minute you walked in the park, you were greeted with a warm Christmas hug, and it stayed with you. You know, hot chocolate and warm cookies and all of the experience. Santa coming in, on a stagecoach with horses and tree lighting. We created a world where electricity comes to the town of Old Tucson for the first time, and we light the big tree in the middle of town center, and Victorian carolers and the little Western Christmas carol story going on in the Grand Palace, and a special Christmas heist for the stunt show. Lots of things for families, and and of course Santa and Mrs. Claus and all those things that come with Christmas. It was magical. I every night I would just stand and watch and smile as these families had these great experiences. I hope everybody can come out and experience that this year.
We know that Christmas has a lot about Santa, but when you're talking about being around in the 1880s, there's a lot of gunfighting around Christmas too. They don't stop, right?
Yes. No, we still have our stunt shows have to have guns. It's the Old West, but the rest, it's a softer, gentler world for our Yuletide experience.
I have to tell you, there were a couple of really fun moments with our grandchildren, and one of my favorite things was when I asked Noah, who is 6, if he wanted to see a gunfight. He took it very seriously, and he said, "No, I don't want to do that." I said, "No, it's not real." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he was in. And then when we were in the little jail, which is just kind of free time, right? You can go in and check it out. And my granddaughter insisted that I should not leave because I was a criminal. I was really hoping that makes the documentary.
A couple things. Do you guys think about having weddings and anniversaries at the Old Tucson?
Absolutely. We have event opportunities all over the park. We have the beautiful little church on the hill, the white little church on the hill. But we do have facilities for full wedding events or parties, birthday parties, or any other anniversary parties that you might want to have out at Old Tucson.
And I have a question too. You're talking about bringing in movies. Where do you source all of the things that you need for that real Western experience? Are you creating, or are you finding things that are actually from the Old West?
We do a little of both. We do have quite a storehouse of old materials, of wagons and furniture and all of those things, and a huge wardrobe storehouse of Old West clothes. But when a film comes in, sometimes they need something very specific, and if we can't find it, we will replicate it ourselves. We have a department that does all of that work. What's nice is when films come to us, we are a one-stop shop. We can offer casting, wardrobe, food, props, anything that they need while they're filming.
Do you find that a lot of the people that are in the films are then coming from Tucson? And what would you say a percentage is that are local folks that are actors versus people that are coming in from other states?
We're always casting locals for small roles and for extras, and in some cases that's hundreds of them at a time. So we have a database and storehouse of actors that we utilize whenever we are asked for extras or background actors.
That's a really cool opportunity right there for those of you listening. If you wanted to be movie stars like we are, all you have to do is get on their casting list and try out for a show. You might be able to be in a movie.
Yes. Live entertainment. You said you're going to have a couple live entertainment events between now and the end of the year. So you have lots of stuff going on throughout the year.
We do. We're planning some evening events throughout the summer. It's actually, we live in Tucson. Daytime during the summers can get very hot, especially out in the desert. So we plan evening events.
Great.
That we hope we'll get some of our local folks to come on out.
Now, are you selling out at the special events through Nightfall, through Yuletide? Are you selling out at those events? Do people need to purchase tickets fairly early, or is it pretty easy to get them the same day?
Nightfall is an event that sells pretty quickly. So we'll be opening our tickets, our online tickets, about midsummer for Nightfall, and then in August for Yuletide. So it's always best to kind of plan ahead for it. And we do sell at the door, though, also. The Western Experience that's currently playing, we get a lot of walk-ups for that, I think, because we have a lot of tourists who come a Western Experience.
And soon to have lots of folks from Europe coming as well. As you know, we, growing up here in the United States, we didn't have pirates and knights. So we love to go to Europe and England in particular. Well, the folks from Canada and England and Germany love to come and experience the Old West. So Old Tucson during the summer has always been populated by the Europeans, who, by the way, have to take 2 weeks off, mandatory, and they travel to Arizona. And with having the doors open for Old Tucson once again, I think we're going to see a lot of folks from Europe back.
Well, and why don't you talk to us a little bit about the other attractions that are here?
Well, what's exciting about Old Tucson that we hadn't mentioned, it's located in Tucson Mountain Park. Right. And it's one of our beautiful mountain ranges that are here. And just 3 miles down the road is the Sonoran Desert Museum, the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. And I was so happy to see that you are partnering with them during the summer. So there'll be some savings if you go to both attractions. Historically, folks generally they see the animals in the morning because they're more lively, and then they sneak over. And being open in the evening with the special events, I think, is really going to be a really 1-2 punch. Enjoying Tucson Mountain Park, so you're in that same area for the full day. And the Attractions Alliance is about promoting all the attractions in Tucson. We have over 103. You're looking at our brand new brochure, and we feel that we have quite a collection of locally owned, unique attractions that you can't find anywhere. We're not mom and pop. We're world-class attractions here, and having the anchor of Old Tucson,
right,
and Desert Museum, and Pima Air and Space, and Colossal Cave. Those are all kind of Pima County leased properties, they call them.
Yes.
They're a wonderful grouping of attractions here. And all the other attractions, whether they're performing arts or nature or family or science attractions associated with the University of Arizona.
Yes.
University of Arizona alone is a 2-day trip with 21 attractions. So our job at Southern Arizona Attractions Alliance, quite frankly, is let the world know about Old Tucson and all the other attractions here in Southern Arizona.
What's your website?
Did you know that I'm stealing question
I know what the
away
website
here.
was.
Did you know that Raymond and I got married at the University of Arizona at the Hall of Champions?
Wow.
We think we're the first.
Fantastic.
And
the
only.
They told us we couldn't afford to get married on the basketball court.
And did Jim Click do the honors for you? Or?
No, he did. No, he did not. How do people get a hold of you, Tom?
Well, we're real simple, TucsonAttractions.com.
Okay.
And you have in front of us the Book of Fun, which is the Tucson Attractions Passport, and the brochure. And as you all can see, we are featuring the reopening of Old Tucson, and we were so proud and happy that we were able to feature them on our brand new publications that came out, the first ones after COVID.
Wow.
And what a better way to let the world know that Old Tucson is back.
And we'll put a link on our Facebook page. We do have the I Am Real Estate Show Facebook page. So if you want to go there, we'll have a link up so that you can link to Old Tucson Studios as well as for the attractions. And you've got books for sale?
Yes, online, and Old Tucson is actually selling them in their last outpost, so you can buy them around town. One particular note is this is a fundraiser for our retailers. We sell it to them for wholesale. They get to keep the difference, and most of the retailers are nonprofit organizations, so all of us are very community-minded here, and if we can share
Yes.
a little bit with all the attractions here, we're happy to do it.
Do me a favor, John, you don't mind giving us your email, or rather your website again, so everybody can hear it?
Yeah, oldtucson.com.
So you've been listening to Tom Moulton, who's Executive Director of the Southern Arizona Attraction Alliance, and also John Uziski, who's the Entertainment Director for Old Tucson.
And we just want to say thank you so much for what you're doing for Tucson, for the experience that you gave for our family. And we also have some folks we want to thank, and those are the people that make this show possible. Indy Realty, Inspired Life Mortgage, Rigo Pest Prevention, Pioneer Title Agency, and Caring Transitions. If you reach out to any of our sponsors, we'd appreciate you letting them know that you heard about them on the I Am Real Estate Show. And we're always here to help with your real estate needs as well.
Thank you, John and Tom, for being on the show. We really appreciate the time. Go Old Tucson.
All right.